All right, about to step into a meeting with Sandy Raden. Sandy's about to go out on a listing appointment, and we're going to go over the comparable listings. What's for sale, what's sold, make sure we have the price nailed in. So when we go out there, of course, the seller loves the price, but there's a happy medium. We also want a price that's going to cause it to sell. So we don't want to just go out there and tell them what they want to hear. We want to give them realistic expectations on what the house is going to sell for in today's market. So take a look. A lot of information, a lot of data here, Sandy. Yes. What do we have? We have, what'd you pull together?
So this here is the CMA for the sub, just the houses that have sold in the sub.
Okay.
Right here.
Okay.
And
so
then,
we have what's for sale and what's sold in the sub?
Yep.
And then what else?
And then I've got two that are within the square mile that are similar with size, year built, all that good stuff.
Got you. So you got in the sub because we have to know what's going on in that sub, and then a lot of buyers are looking outside in the immediate area.
Yep.
So, all right. We got two that are for sale in the sub, two that are pending, and 1, 2, 3, 5 that are sold. So this is great information. Not every sub has this kind of data, but this gives us a good idea. And the square footages are all very similar.
Yep.
Right. So in every market analysis, there's always a range. I mean, look at this. Similar square footage, right? Mm-hmm. But yet some have sold for $335 and some have sold for $435. So $100,000 discrepancy. And the question is, why did this sell for $335 and why did this sell for $435? And it's usually updates. Some have not done any updates and some have. So this one 29828, that is right here. The subject property is right here.
Yep, right here.
3,300 square feet. So the one that they're competing against is very similar, 3,400, 3,475. They're asking 478. They tried 497, that didn't work, so they reduced the price. Yep. They've been on the market for, 123 days, so almost 4 months. So that means 478 is not even the right price. Mm-hmm. The subject property, at the time they bought it, did not have a finished basement. I don't know if it's finished now or not.
It is.
It is finished, so we know that that's finished. So that's good. So we know that we have to compete against 478. Mm-hmm. And we also know that if you want to offer more value, offer more features and benefits for the same price.
Yep.
So even if their house is nicer, we want to at the very most be the same price, maybe even less. Mm-hmm. So that's one we're definitely going to be looking at.
And then also doing that can tend to get us bidding wars, and then we can actually get them a higher price. So
absolutely. That would be awesome. Sellers love bidding wars. So this one actually, this one is under contract, 489, 3,400 square feet, decked out. You can see it's really nice inside. So I would say, based on what I'm seeing, the neighborhood on the high end is a $400,000 to $435,000 neighborhood, mm-hmm. as far as solds goes. But you've got this one that's breaking the mold at 489 that's pending. I would call this seller, the seller's agent, and ask them if they've had the appraisal done yet. Because I'm curious, if this appraised, this is going to set a brand new benchmark in the neighborhood at 489. Because until this thing appraises, right now the highest sale is 435.
Right.
And it's going to be hard to break that unless you have more square footage, which this one is 3,600 square feet. It's already bigger.
Right.
So it's going to be hard to break this. We're going to be going into uncharted territory unless this one appraised. If this one appraised, then we know that's going to be the next comp that's going to be on the bottom of this list here.
Yeah, absolutely.
But at the same time, that's great that we know it's going to appraise, but that's after the fact. First, we got to get a buyer to say that this is the best deal on the market. And right now we're competing against this one, which worries me, at 478. So based on what I'm seeing here, I haven't seen the inside of the home. You haven't yet either. You're going to go in there and see it. If it's modern, if it's nice to today's standards, I would say you're probably going to be in this 450 to 475 range on the high end.
Right.
If it's not nice, you're going to be competing right over here, because these houses that are in this higher end range, are definitely nice and modern. So if she's updated it and it's up to today's selling standards, buyers aren't going to walk in and say, I need to go in and update everything. You could test this market because they got it.
Right.
We want to beat them. They're not getting this, even though it's a nice house. So we don't want to be on the same side of the field that they're on. They've been on there for 4 months, still not selling.
Right.
So we know they've done the work for us. The market's telling us that price doesn't work. So we probably want to be, 460, 470, assuming it's as nice as this one. If it's as nice and we're a better price, they're going to help us sell.
Right. Yeah.
So that's our competition. Buyers are going to look at that house and this house, and they're going to say, wow, your house is nicer and it's less money. We're going to give you guys an offer. Right?
Yeah.
So it really depends on when you walk in. So you've got the data, and then you're gonna alter what you say based on what you see. All right?
Sounds like a plan.
Cool. And that's how you do it.